Dana of DeFreitas Horsemanship here. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate the time you're taking to watch this video, and I applaud your commitment to becoming a better partner for your horse. As with all of our videos, I promise to make the most of your investment by keeping things interesting and informative. In our last video, we talked about horsemanship. If you haven't seen that video, I'd love for you to go watch it, but I'm going to recap things very quickly. Horsemanship is the culmination of theories and methods a person uses to establish their desired relationship with a horse. There are a myriad of different relationships that you can have with a horse. I place them on a spectrum from human-focused to horse-focused. My program is all about balancing the needs, wants, thoughts, and feelings of both the horse and the human to create a partnership. To create a partnership with our horses, we need to be able to influence the speed, direction, body, and emotions of our horse and control our own speed, direction, body, and emotions. When I can influence or control all four of those things in both myself and my equine partner, I build a relationship based on trust, confidence, and respect. When I have a confident relationship built on mutual trust and respect that balances the needs, wants, thoughts, and feelings of both horse and human, I create a partnership. The key to building a strong partnership is, again, to influence or control the speed, direction, body, and emotions of both partners. These are the four pillars of horsemanship. The first pillar of horsemanship is speed. Speed is the core of all things in horsemanship. How fast do I want my horse to walk when I lead him from his stall to the tie rail? And is that the same speed I expect when we are moseying around between luscious grass spots? When do I pick up my rein quickly and when do I pick it up slowly? And how will my speed affect the way my horse responds? How fast do I want my horse to lope in the arena? Do I want that same speed when my horse and I are out on the trail racing my husband and his mount? Absolutely not. I want a slow motion lope in the arena, and I want to hit the nitrous on that trail. I'm going to win that race. When I do not have influence over my horse's speed, I'm at the mercy of my horse's needs, wants, thoughts, and feelings. In this scenario, if my horse wants to stop and graze, but I want to groom him at the tie rail, guess what we're doing? You got it, grazing. Speed is the base of everything in horsemanship. It is akin to the ground on which you want to build a house. You can choose to build a house in a variety of different landscapes. You can build a house on a cliff overlooking the ocean, or on a field of bedrock next to a beautiful stream. But as far as I know, humans have not yet learned how to build a house on a cloud. So no matter what type of house you want to build, you're going to need to build it on some sort of ground. The same is true of building a relationship with a horse. No matter what type of relationship you want with your horse, you're going to need to be able to control your own and influence your horse's speed. Direction is our next horsemanship pillar. And in keeping with this house building metaphor, it's the foundation of your home. Where do you want to take all that speed or lack thereof? Do you want to stay in the arena or go out on the trail? If you're out on that trail and you want your horse to take the path to the left, how do you need to move your body in order to influence their direction? Back in the arena, do I want to canter on the rail or in a 20-meter circle? In the beginning stages of training a horse or learning to ride, it's very common to only be able to influence the speed or the direction of the horse, independently of each other. But in order to create a balanced partnership, we need to be able to influence both the speed and the direction of our equine partners at the same time. That also means that we need to be able to control our own speed and direction. If you are building a house on a cliff, you're going to need a very different type of foundation than you will if you're building that house in the field overlooking the stream. And now I'm no contractor, but I'm pretty sure that building codes still require houses to have some sort of foundation, no matter where you're trying to build it. But again, if you're trying to build on that bedrock field, the foundation required is going to be very different than the one necessary to build that house on a cliffside. The type of relationship you build with your horse will depend on your ultimate goals, where your journey is leading. And just like the foundation of this metaphorical house, the type and amount of directional control you need will vary. Our next pillar of horsemanship focuses on the body. Being able to control the body is a critical component, the how, if you will, of how we influence speed and direction. Body control is also imperative if you want to be safe. But body control can be so much more. When you can control the speed and direction of a specific body part, you can do some pretty cool stuff with your horse, like lope sideways, which makes body control necessary if your goals include anything in the performance realm. Body control also allows us to stop unwanted behavior, like bucking or bolting, before it happens, and allows us to correct it once it starts. Hence, body control imperative to safety. Body control is like the walls of the house we're building. You can live in a cabin with just 4 walls, or you can live in a mansion with 500 walls. The choice is really up to you and your bank account. As we briefly mentioned, you will need some body control to stay safe. A regular house, if you will. But a mansion is only necessary if you want to do the fancy stuff like lead changes. Body control, how we, and by we, I do still mean both horse and human, move, when we move, where we move what body part and at what speed, is what sets the professionals apart from us commoners. Just watch some Grand Prix dressage riders to see what I mean. They are absolute masters of body control and clearly live in mansions. If safety isn't of concern and you have no interest in any of the performance disciplines, then you really only need enough body control to be able to influence speed and direction. Because no matter what your goals, you're going to need at least a few walls in place to be able to support the roof of your house. The roof of our house is the last in our horsemanship pillar lineup, and it essentially is emotional control. Our perception of reality is directly influenced by our emotions. And what we think about, what we are experiencing, influences how we feel. If we can control our thoughts, we can control our emotions and essentially shape the reality we experience. If we can not only control our own emotions, but could also influence our horse's emotions, just imagine the possibilities. In our house building metaphor, again, emotional control is our roof. You can put one of those amazing tile roofs on your house that will last for generations without ever leaking. Or you can choose a house made of plywood, tar, and shingles that might need some maintenance over the years to prevent leaks and will need to get replaced every 20 or 30 years. But if you don't put any roof on your house at all, then you can't complain when it starts raining on you in your sleep. The same rings true if you willfully neglect to perform the required maintenance on your roof. Now, no one likes making the 4-hour journey to the family cabin only to open the door and find that the roof is leaking because your uncle hasn't cleaned out the gutters in 5 years. Okay, actually, I can't verify that last statement because I do not, nor does anyone I know actually have a family cabin. So I suppose maybe people do enjoy that, but I kind of seriously doubt it. Ignoring my social status and bringing things back to our horses, no one likes getting out to the barn to ride after a crappy day at work, only to discover that your horse is a complete nut job. If your day was bad enough and you don't have control over your own emotions, that might just break you. And after yelling at your horse, you might run home crying and take all of your frustrations out on your amazing partner. I didn't say I would do that. Not me. Never. Mr. DeFreitas Horsemanship is a saint, y'all. However, if you could control your emotions and influence your horse's emotions to calm them down, you could still get on and have a great ride. As a result, your day and the day of your loved ones may end quite differently. On the flip side, sometimes we need to amp our horses up. It doesn't matter if you're trying to outrun a mountain lion or do some tempi changes. Sometimes we need to influence our horse's emotions to allow us to harness their energy instead of shutting it down. If you aren't able to convince your horse that they need to care, and care a lot right now, you both might just find out how sharp that mountain lion's teeth truly are. Spoiler alert time. The secret to influencing our horse's emotions lies in our ability to control our own thoughts and feelings in a given situation. Our horses instinctually take their cues on how to respond and behave in any situation from our unconscious physiological response to that situation. Whether we like it or not, our bodies react to our emotions, and our horses react to our bodies. But more on that in a later video. With a solid foundation, you can build a house on a cliff overlooking the ocean. With stable soil, your house's foundation can falter and your house will be no worse for the wear. When the weather is nice, you can even sleep out under the stars on a blanket of soft grass without walls or a roof to shelter you. You can be blissfully content for years to come in a cabin with 4 walls and a thatch roof. Or you can build a mansion on the most stable soil with the strongest foundation, more rooms than you can count, and a gorgeous Spanish tile roof. The choice is yours. I'm not here to judge the type of house you want to live in. I'm here to strap on my tool belt and help you build it. Horsemanship is essentially planning and then building the type of house you want to live in with your horse. The house you need to build will be shaped by your goals and the type of relationship you want with your horse. Not everyone wants to live in a mansion. And some of us are really big fans of indoor plumbing. Some of us thrive living in the hustle and bustle of the city, and some of us freak out when we see a single solitary skyscraper. If you thrive in the city, but have a partner that has anxiety when they start to see billboards, Your relationship will be more challenging than a couple that has similar desires. In order to be truly happy on our individual journeys, we must first find the right partner. Then we must find the right balance and build the right house together. No one, and I mean no one, should ever judge the type of house you want to build. But you need to find a trainer capable of helping you build that type of house. If you want a partnership with your horse, then I would be delighted to help you build the house of your dreams. We do this together by plotting a course between your dreams and your current state, your reality. Then we use the right combination of the 4 pillars of horsemanship: speed, direction, body, and emotions to get you there. I hope I have your interest piqued. And if I do, I also hope you will join me next time when we will do a deep dive into the philosophy and methods that we use to influence the 4 pillars of horsemanship. Thank you so much for your time today. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. See you soon.